Hi there everybody, this is Andy from Skilz4umedia. This is video number 2 of our new tutorial series teaching you how to create a basic space shooting game in HTML, JavaScript and CSS. Hopefully you learned some new skills in video number 1, but please subscribe to the channel as this really helps us out. Thank you. Why, hello everybody and welcome back. This is Skilz4umedia and this is video number 2 on our creating a very basic space shoot 'em up space game in vanilla JavaScript, HTML and CSS. So in video number 1 we had set up our HTML, our CSS files and also the JS files as blank documents, and slowly we're going through the JS file, completing various different tasks. And so far we've initiated the game, we've added the event listeners, we've set up a game loop as well, clear, update and draw functions, although we haven't actually put anything in them, which will be the start of what we'll be doing today. And then we'll be hopefully moving on to game attributes on this tutorial, and key down events as well. So lots of things to get through. So first of all, just a quick scan through. So we're just going to move, I'm just going to scroll this down just to make sure your coding looks the same as my coding on the screen. So key down events is blank at the moment. Okay, so we got the function, the clear game, the update game. I'm just going to give you an opportunity to sort of, scan through just to make sure that your coding looks exactly the same as my coding. So we're all on the same page. We're all on the same page for this tutorial. Okay, so let's just move down a little bit more. Then we got the draw game. I'm going to take that out because we don't need that. That was just drawing a rectangle in the last tutorial. And then we got the game loop down the bottom here, clearing the game, updating the game, drawing the game. So first of all, I'm going to go to, let's start with the clear game. So from here, I'm going to go, we're going to clear the canvas. Okay, so CTX, clear rect, and that's going to be position 0 by canvas width by canvas height. Okay, so when we're drawing rectangles on the canvas, you've got 4 attributes there. So you've got the first one, which is the x-axis from the top of the screen is, and you've got the y-axis 0, or should I say that should be the left of the screen, that's the top of the screen. And then we're clearing all the way through to the canvas width and the canvas height. So that's clearing the whole of the game. Great stuff. Okay, so we've done that. So we've set up the draw update functions on the game. So we've done that. So we've cleared that one as well. So I'm going to put complete. See, we're going straight through. So from here, we've got game attributes, game level, game frames, time, game over. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put underneath the top part where we've defined the canvas, again, just going to write some notes, game attributes. Okay, so from here, I can put var game attributes. Let's just keep it a little bit simpler. Okay, so from here I'm going to go in brackets. Okay, so looking up top here, game level equals 1. Starting level, actually, it's just going to error, so I'm just going to go, so from here I've got colon, and then comma, game speed, just going to put in here 1. Oop, didn't want to do that, it's doing some predictive text stuff there. Game speed is 1, game live equals true. Actually, no, wait a minute, we'll put game over. No, it's actually, I've done game level. Sorry guys. Okay, so you're going to put game level 1. Speed. We'll start off as 1. Game live. game over, game over, game over, game over, game over equals false. What else do we need? Game level, game speed, game frames and time. Game frames, frames. Game frames equals 0. And then try to think what else we have to put on here. I'm just going to put in here time. Some of these functions we might not actually use, but I'm just putting them in there anyway. Okay, so I think that's about it. Okay, so I'm going to put in my update function down here. Update function, I'm going to put in here game frames. ++. Okay, so what's that doing is I'm adding, for ++ means increment by 1 each time. Okay, so what's going to happen every time it goes around in the loop, when it goes through this update, it's going to be adding game 1 to each of the game frames. Okay, so it's going to be increasing by 1 each time. So at the moment it starts off at 0, and then it's going to be just incrementing through the update function there. Okay, so we've got game speed 1. Okay, I'm just going to test that out. Okay, so we've got no errors, so that's good. It's good to know. Okay, so from there we've done that. Game over. Game over, we've got false because it's still ongoing. So when you're actually playing it, it's going to be true. So let's do the key down events, key up events. So let's crack on doing that. Okay, so from here, we need an up, down, left, and right. Up, down, left, and right when keys are pressed, and also a fire function, or fire. Press the missile key, as they say. Okay, so from here, let's make some notes. So we're going to here, left pressed. Actually, no, let's start with like up pressed. Up key pressed. Key. So under each one, we're going to be just copying that. So we need up key, down key, left, right, fire, up, down, left, right key, and fire button pressed. Okay, I'm just going to copy that, place that down there. Let's put released. See, I like to do like to make notes when I'm writing these things. So if I go back to it at a later date, then you can actually reference. Okay, so what I'm going to do is create the variables for the keys. So from here, we're going to go key pressed equals Okay, so from here, we need up key, and we're going to set that to false. All of these are going to be set to false. False. Down, set to false. Left key, false. Right key, sets false. And last of all, fire key. Fire. Just call that fire. And set that to false as well. Okay, so from there, where we're at now. So we're down here. So we need to now we need to work out if certain buttons, or should I say, which keys are pressed Is it going to make the ship go up, left, and right, and all those type of things? So, first of all, we're going to go find out the JavaScript, the key code references. So I'm going to go to the internet. I'm going to go key codes. Look for key codes. Press key code list. Okay, so I've gone into this site here, which is keycode.info. So for my up key, I'm going to use Q. So when I press Q, it's 81 and 65. So up and down, so 65. So I'm going to put key. So it's going to be 65, and I'm just going to type in there Q, just referencing the key code there. Have I got that right? No, it's 81. 81's up. See, we make mistakes. Okay, so from here, do the same thing. So the down key, so that's going to be 65. 65, let's just tidy that up a little bit, shall we? 65, that's going to be the A key. So left button, again going back to here, I'm going to use O and P. So 79 and 80. 79 and 80. So 79 is O. Then 80 is going to be P. 80 is P. And last of all, fire key. 32. So I'm going to use the space key. So space key is 32. Space key 32. Okay, so now we need to write in here the statements. If key code, should I say? Key code equals 81. Do this. Okay, so from here, key. Okay, so I need to just go back up the top here. Key press. That's what I'm doing. So I'm going here, just copying that. Key pressed up. Uh-oh. I think we're going to change the name of that variable, keys. We'll just call that keys. Otherwise we're going to get mixed up. Okay, so from there, keys.up equals true. So basically it's saying that if Q is pressed, key up equals true. Okay. So I'm going to do the same under here. So I'm going to put an else if e dot key code equals 65. And then we're going to go keys dot down equals true. And then I'm going to do the same for these ones down here. So left key, so key code 79, which is left. Okay. I'm just going to copy that as well, place that in there. Like so. And that was 80, wasn't it? 80. Keys right. And then last of all, okay, we need to put an else if. Done that. And then last of all, fire pressed, which is 32. True. Fire. Okay, so effectively, I've done that. So what I need to really do is need to deal with the Keyup event. So what do I mean by that? So obviously it's dealing with once you press the key down, but we need to deal with when you release the key. So what I'm going to do is just going to copy all this code and go to my Keyup pressed function I'm just going to place it in there, but instead of true, I'm just going to replace all the trues to false. So when you release the key, it's going to be false, because you're no longer pressing the key. You don't want the function, you don't want that to continue going. So let's see if we can like test this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put an alert. If I press the spacebar, it should come up with alert. Okay, so fingers crossed now. Okay, so let's go back to our browser where we got our game. Okay, so let's see that did not actually work. So what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly have a look at the code, debug it, and correct it for the next tutorial. Okay, well, that's the end of tutorial number 2. Thanks very much for watching. We're going to be back for tutorial number 3, so we can actually, you know, complete the firing and the key presses, and hopefully we'll get our play out on the screen. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the video, and also if you want to support the channel, please do not hesitate to buy me or grab me a coffee. Thanks a lot for your time, and have a good day.